to my tiny Pilates studio in my tiny home on wheels. This is a gentle workout, both seated and standing. You're going to need a chair or stool. When you sit on it, you want to make sure that your knees are opposite your hips. You're also going to be using a towel that you'll fold and roll up into a ball shape. You want to make sure it's a thick towel, so when you place it between your knees and squeeze it with your inner thighs, that your knees will still be as wide as your hips and not falling in narrower than your hips. And we'll be using a wall or a door, just a smooth surface you can put your back up against. Let's get started. Come sitting on your chair with your feet and knees parallel, hip distance apart, and scoot forward all the way to the front of the chair. Take your hands behind you, press down in your hands, your feet, and your seat to pull your abdominals in and up your spine to sit tall. And then relax for a moment. And go again. Push down to lift up. And release. On the next one, you push down, pull abdominals in and up, sit tall, and stay tall. And then place your hands in the front of your rib cage. I want you to breathe through your nose and feel the rib cage expanding out to the side on the inhale and closing back together on the exhale, so that you can keep your abdominals pulled in and up as you breathe. Feel your fingers separate in the center and then come back together on the exhale. This is the way you want to breathe all the way through this workout. Takes a little practice to get used to. And then you're going to get your towel, make sure it's rolled up into a ball shape, and then place it between your thighs close to your knees. Make sure your feet are still parallel, hip distance apart, hands behind you, push down into the chair to lift your back up tall. You can keep your hands here for support or reach your arms out into a T shape. Inhale for nothing. Exhale, hug the towel with your inner thighs and grow taller. Inhale, open the thighs. Exhale, hug to lift up. Keep moving with your breath. Every time you hug your towel, feel your feet push into the ground, your seat reach into your chair, and your arms are pushing the air down, creating resistance to help your spine grow taller. And then you're going to get rid of your towel and you're going to come back and find that same position and all that work as if you're hugging onto the towel. You're pushing your feet and seat down and your arms in whatever position you were in before. Lift one knee up and then lower it back down. Change to the other side. Lift and lower, alternating legs. When you lift your leg, you're making sure you're staying sitting on two sit bones. No rocking over to the side, and that your back is staying up really tall. Pull the abdominal muscles in your spine and up your spine to lift your thigh and keep your lower back upright. Remember, the arms are active too, pushing down to lift your spine up. And then rest your arms for a moment, take a little breather. When you're ready, set yourself up again in that same position, engaging the legs, lifting the back, same arm position. This time you lift your thigh up and then extend the leg as straight as you can get it, bend back in, and lower it down. Alternate legs. Remember to keep the whole body active in this exercise. So the foot on the ground is pushing down. Both of your inner thighs are hugging into the midline as if the towel is between your thighs. Your seat is pushing down into your chair so you can scoop those abdominals in and up, right from deep down in the pelvis all the way up your spine to your head. And the arms are pressing down, whether your hands are on the chair and you're pushing into the chair or in the T-shape pushing down into the air. And rest for a moment. We're going to row the boat, so extend your legs out to straight, a little wider than your hips, and flex your feet back. Reach your arms up in a V shape. Reach up so much that your shoulders lift up to your ears. Then slide your shoulders down your back, keeping your long arms. Make fists. Pull the abdominals in and up to round over your thighs, diving your head between your knees. Draw your oar back up your thighs, up your waist, and to the ceiling. Round over. Drag it back with your abdominals to lift tall. Now, as you go over, it's important to keep your tailbone pointing down into your chair and your abdominals pulling back away from your hands and your feet. Round yourself back up, extend the arms, and you're going to lean forward in a straight line with your spine. Shoulders ahead of hips, extend your fingers, push down in your seat to reach over into one side. And then lift your center to come back to the middle, over to the other side. Push down with the seat to lift your waist to move. Keep alternating sides. Both your sit bones need to stay down in your chair, so the pelvis isn't shifting. Your waist is stretching over into the side bend. Push down to lift into your reach. And center, and push down to lift and reach. Good, keep alternating. The arms are trying to touch the ceiling, but the shoulders are sliding down your back, away from your ears. And then rest for a moment. Bend your legs, shake your legs out if you need to. And when you're ready, stretch your legs back out, flex your feet, sit tall in the spine, and reach your arms back up into that V shape, shoulders on your back. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist to the one side. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist the other way. Keep moving with your breath, alternating sides. Make sure your hips are not twisting with you. You want to keep both your sit bones down in your chair and both your hip bones pointing straight forward. So the work is going to be in your waist to twist your ribs and your shoulders around. Your arms stay just to the side of your temples the whole time. If one leg is growing longer than the other, then your hips are twisting. Make sure that everything from the hips down stays still. And then rest your arms, bend your legs back in, and we're going to come up to standing next to your wall or flat surface. Place your back against the wall and measure 1 foot length away from the wall and then the other foot to meet it. Keep your heels together, open your toes out. Your fist should fit between your big toe knuckles. And then press your back into the wall behind you. Let your arms dangle at your sides. Soften your knees slightly so you're not locking them. Open your collarbones wide. Feel the backs of your shoulders in the wall. And then try to breathe your ribs backwards into the wall behind you so that your lower abdominals are pulling in and up the wall. Pull your chin back into your neck to give yourself a double chin, and then round and peel your spine off the wall. And then stop when your hands are about opposite your knees where your tailbone can still be pointing down to the ground. And then use your abdominals to pull your spine back into the wall to stand tall, finding your shoulders on your back, head last. And again, double chin to peel off the wall nice and slowly. Feel your lower back press into the wall before it comes off. Your head is hanging, it's dangling. Your abdominals do the work to pull your spine back into the wall and up the wall nice and tall. Keep it moving. The legs are active. They're pushing down into the ground. Your seat is pulling your tailbone to the ground, but the abdominals are pulling up into your lower back in opposition. Attach each vertebra back into the wall one at a time, head last. Same thing on the way down. Peel off one vertebra at a time off the wall to hang over. As you roll back up, put one vertebra in and then a big space before you put the next one, so each time you grow a little bit taller up your wall. And round over, touch the wall before you peel off the wall. And this time you're going to stay over and draw little floppy arm circles, letting your head dangle, your shoulders can slide off your back, your abdominals are pulling in and up. Reverse the circle and check again. Everything is hanging over except the abdominals are pulling up into your lower back, and that's going to start your roll up from your center. Pull in and up, grow tall, find your shoulders on your back again, and head last. Arm circles. You're going to reach your arms up opposite your shoulders, palms facing the ground. Reach forward so much your shoulders come off the wall and then pull them back in the wall. And again, off the wall and pull them back in the wall. One more time, keeping your long arms, connect your shoulders onto your back, and this time stay there. Draw little circles around your armpits. As you circle, try to keep your shoulder blades laying flat on your back and your collarbones wide. And then reverse the circles. Check, are you pulling your abdominals in and up the wall behind you, breathing through your ribs? And rest your arms down. Big arm circles. Inhale, lift the arms up the front, just in front of your body so they're still in your peripheral vision. Exhale, circle around the sides to come down. Go again. Inhale up and exhale down. You're working for the same things here, keeping your collarbones wide and your shoulders attached to the wall, and your spine growing in and up the wall nice and tall as the arms move around. Create some resistance with the arm movement like you're in water and you have to push through the water. Reverse your circle. Inhale up the sides, exhale down the front. Keep moving. Long arms stretching away from your body as long as you can keep your shoulders connected to your wall. The legs are active. Your inner thighs are hugging together. Your feet are pushing into the ground in opposition of your abdominals that are pulling back into the wall and then up the wall. Put your hands in the wall, step 1 foot back to push yourself away from the wall and come standing on 2 feet. But still imagine your wall is with you to help you find that lift in your spine with your shoulders on your back. Turn around, face the wall, and you're going to place your fingers up against the wall just for some balance. Heels together, toes are fist width apart. Press your heels into each other, engage your inner thighs, and lift from your abdominals to float your heels an inch or 2 off the ground. And then stretch your heels back down to the ground, standing tall. Again, lift the heels up and then try to leave your head where it is so the heels have to stretch back down to the ground. Work for a 2-way stretch in your body, down through your heels and then up through your spine out the top of your head. You can also put your arms out into this T position if you want to challenge yourself. Making sure you're keeping your weight centered, you're not leaning into your wall. But the wall is always there for you if you need it. And then lower your heels and your arms. You're going to open your feet out parallel hip distance apart and you'll put your fingertips back into the wall. We're going to test your balance on one leg. So stand tall in your spine and then lift 1 foot just off the ground. You can challenge yourself and put your arms out into a T shape or hands on your hips. Choose which hand position works best for you, and then change legs. The wall is always there if you need it. Keep alternating sides, taking your time to check your balance. When you lift your leg, just like from your chair workout, you're not lifting your hip. Keep your sit bones and tailbone reaching down to the ground as your thigh lifts up. Your belly button pulls in and up to find that 2-way stretch in your body. Tailbone down, abdominals in and up. And as you move, I want you to be aware of the weight on your foot. Make sure you stay centered on your foot. No rolling out onto the little toes. And you also don't want your arch of your foot to collapse so that you roll onto the big toe side. Keep your weight centered right in the middle of your foot. It's going to take some inner thigh work. Remember your towel between your knees on the chair? Activate the inner thighs as if that towel was there. Last one. And then you'll put your foot back down, turn around, and just go for a little walk around your room. I want you to take everything you learned today and put that into how you walk, connecting down into the ground to lift your waist in and up, and keeping your weight centered in the middle of your feet. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification button so we can keep working out together. I'll see you next time.